Okay, Shane, we've got about a minute and a half here before we begin. Minute and a half. Okay, Shane, we got 1 minute. 1 minute. Thirty seconds, Shane. 30 seconds for XRB radio feed. Presented by XRB Radio 1610 AM and powered by Audio Sports Online, Brownsburg and Avon Varsity Basketball is on the air. Tonight's game is brought to you by Ivy Tech, Nelson's Jewelers, Pete Fay, your State Farm agent, Westside Plumbing, the Payroll Department, and Sweet Treats. And last but not least, our corporate video sponsor is the Hendricks County Flyer. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rob Kendall, along with Chris Worley, coming to you live tonight from Brownsburg High School, where the Bulldogs will play host to arch rival the Avon Orioles. And Chris, it doesn't get much more exciting than Brownsburg and Avon, does it?
No, that's right. I mean, just last week I watched the Army-Navy football game. Talk about Carolina versus Duke in basketball. Our local high school, this is as good as it gets.
All right, we'll go through some starting lineups and get you some information. Before we do that, I want to thank our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer. Dave Johnson, all our friends over at the Flyer, they do a great job with the Flyer group. Certainly couldn't do this without them, so thank you for allowing us to bring you Brownsburg, Avon, and Plainfield video broadcasts all winter long. And I want to thank their corporate sponsor as well, Hendricks Regional Health. So we want to thank them for allowing us to be out here. Also want to thank XRB Radio, 1610 AM, who is piping out our broadcast tonight on local radio airwaves. So special thanks to Shane and the entire XRB staff. Hey, also want to thank our friends at State Farm. What is a good neighbor? It's someone nearby who helps make your life a little easier. It's State Farm agent Pete Fay. He takes the time to understand your insurance and financial needs. So whether you're preparing for your child's college education or planning for your retirement, get the kind of help you'd expect from a good neighbor. Visit State Farm agent Pete Fay at 431 East Northfield, Suite 100 in Brownsburg. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And as we roll through our sponsors tonight, when plumbing problems arise, you want a plumbing company with an impressive truck or fancy jingles? Of course not. You want your plumbing problem solved quickly and at an affordable price. At Westside Plumbing, we understand you want a plumber who is honest, respectful, and knows how to fix the problem. Westside Plumbing, providing fast, professional plumbing service 7 days a week. When you invite Westside Plumbing into your home, be assured they will be knowledgeable, timely, and give your home the respect it deserves. Westside Plumbing, now serving Brownsburg. All right, we'll take a little break. When we come back, we'll get you the starting lineups right here on XRB Radio 1610 AM. All right, here we go. Back with our starting lineups for tonight's broadcast here on AudioSportsOnline.com. For the Brownsburg Bulldogs, it's Gerald Harney, 5'9", a senior, number 4. Number 11 is Tyler Houston, 5'11", a junior. Number 30 is Trevor Lucas, 6'1", a junior. Number 42 is Kyle Thompson, 6'7", a junior. And number 44 is Sam Comer, 6'5", a junior. So again, it's Harney, Houston, Lucas, Thompson, and Comer for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. For the Avon Orioles, it's number 4, Cress Kimbrough, 6 foot, a junior. Number 5 is Jordan Rhodes, 6 foot, a senior. Number 24 is Carter Van Wansel, 6'4", a junior. Number 42, Aaron Bodie, 6'5", a senior. And number 45 is Connor Funkhauser, 6'4", a junior. So again, your starting lineups for the Avon Orioles tonight: Kimbrough, Rhodes, Van Wansel, Bodie, and Funkhauser. Chris, should be an exciting group of players there as you look through both of those teams' starting lineups.
Yes, I think so, Rob. No surprise in the Brownsburg starting lineup to me. That's the same lineup they used or have used in previous games, certainly in the Zionsville game last week here at home. So no surprise. Not too familiar with the Avon starting lineup, but definitely recognize the names. No big surprises here.
And definitely want to say hello to our friend Jeff Aldridge at Hoosier Pizza. Actually going to be the sponsor of the Ronald Norred Show, which will be coming up here at the first of the year. We'll be announcing more about that on XRB Radio as we play along here tonight and tell you a little bit more as the year goes along. But they're giving back 10% of tonight's sales at Hoosier Pizza to the basketball program. So we wanted to say thanks to Jeff and all he does for Brownsburg basketball. And if you go there tonight, Hoosier Pizza is right there at the corner of Northfield Drive and 136, right next to the Marathon Station. 10% going back to the basketball program. Let's continue to thank our XRB Radio sponsors for tonight's broadcast, including Nelson's Jewelers this holiday season. Let Nelson Jewelers at Brownsburg help you select the perfect gift. New collections have arrived just in time for Christmas. Whether her wish list includes a pair of earrings, a sparkling pendant, bracelet, or ring, Nelson Jewelers offers unique and affordable designs in silver and 14 and 18 karat gold and diamonds. Visit Nelson Jewelers at 22 East Main Street in Brownsburg and online at nelsonjewelers.com. Nelson Jewelers since 1958. A little out of the way, very much out of the ordinary. And Ivy Tech. New Ivy Tech Community College campus will be located just off I-74 in Crawfordsville and will be opening for the spring semester of 2013. That's right around the corner. The new campus will feature science labs and computer classrooms, and you can earn an associate's degree in business administration and continue your studies online and earn a bachelor's degree through an arrangement with the Western Governors University. Be among the first students on a brand new Ivy Tech campus. Call 888-IVY-LINE or go to ivytech.edu. Ivy Tech is changing lives. Got about a minute 20 up on the clock here before we begin tonight's broadcast, and we'll tell you, we already told you about the starting lineups, we'll also have our national anthem. But before we do that, we want to thank one of our final sponsors for tonight's broadcast, Sweet Treats. Do you remember old-fashioned values, good food, and good times? Do you remember an ice cream cone on a warm summer's eve and a cherry Coke from the fountain at the corner drugstore? Worley, that seems like something you would have done. I could totally see that happening.
Amen, brother.
Sweet Treats is a classic bakery and soda shop that does remember when, serving delicious bakery and food items in Avon 6 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sweet Treats is located at US 36 and Dan Jones Road, right behind CVS Pharmacy. Bring in a ticket stub from any Avon sporting event or mention you heard this ad and receive 10% off your purchase. Stop in for a visit and let Sweet Treats take you back to way back when. That's where we got to go next time we're in Avon. Sweet Treats.
No doubt.
Now, you had a chance to talk to Coach Norred.
Yeah, I did, and I wanted to ask him about, this is his first experience of the big rivalry game versus Avon. He did say he's familiar with it. He went to the football game. He knows about it. He tries to get his team up for every game, but he recognizes the importance of this game to the student body, his players, and the communities.
Well, and as we've talked about many times, and I think we're going to have we're going to pause for a brief moment. We'll have our sportsmanship announcement, then the playing of our national anthem, and then we'll talk a little bit more about Coach Norred and this rivalry in general.
Welcome to Brownsburg High School. My name is Simone Cole, and as a member of the Athletic Ambassadors, I would like to personally welcome both the Avon and Brownsburg fans to tonight's conference. coaches, officials, and spectators that are present at this event by recognizing their performance in a positive manner. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated.
The Brownsburg and Avon Community School Corporation share with the entire nation the horror and grief of the unspeakable tragedy that took place earlier today in Newtown, Connecticut. The fact that schools are the safest places for students to be is of little comfort when such an event occurs. At this time, we request that everyone please stand and remove your hats for a moment of silence to remember those individuals who lost their lives today at Sandy Hook Elementary School. Thank you. Now remain standing as the Brownsburg High School pep band leads us to playing of our national anthem.
All right, so there we have your playing the national anthem, a brief moment of silence for those that were lost their lives today in that tragic school shooting, and also a sportsmanship announcement. Now we're going to have our starting lineup announcement. And Chris, we were just talking about, you had a chance to talk to Coach Norad, and he's obviously a very young guy. And you know, when I say someone's very young, they are very young.
Yes.
But he is very mature, and he really does have a confidence in what he's doing out there.
He does, and when you watch him on the sidelines at these games, he is a very, very active leader. He wants to be involved in the, we'll say the execution diagram or the execution play of each play, both on each end, offense and defense. He's very actively involved. I asked him today, who is your on-court leader or coach, and he stressed that he felt this year it is going to be his point guard, Gerald Harning, the senior. He says Gerald's very vocal also and is a good leader on the floor.
Well, again, you are normally just hearing my docile tones, but today we are very pleased to be joined by Chris Worley, a longtime writer for the Brownsburg Week news publication, avid Brownsburg sports fan, and it's an absolute pleasure to have Chris in the building with us tonight. We hope he'll be joining us for some more games if the missus will let him out of the house, a little bit later on this year. Also want to let Bulldog fans know that tomorrow we're going to have a very special broadcast for you beginning at 9 a.m. The county wrestling meet will be taking place right here at Brownsburg High School. I'll be here. David Houston, our play-by-play announcer, will be here, and we're going to bring you the entire Brownsburg participation in the county wrestling meet that starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. And you can just head right to your Brownsburg wrestling page to check that out. So we're very excited to be able to bring you that. Bulldogs coming out on the floor now. Bulldogs, as you can see if you're watching us on the webcast on the internet, wearing the home whites, purple letters and numbers. The Avon Orioles, the traditional road blacks, gold letters and numbers. Avon's going to move from left to right on your screen, Brownsburg from right to left. And again, let's run through the starting lineups real quick. It'll be Harney, Houston, Lucas, Thompson, and Comer for the Bulldogs. And it'll be Kimbrough, Rhodes, Van Wanzel, Bodie, and Funkhauser for the visiting Avon Orioles. Chris, Brownsburg Avon, it doesn't get any more exciting than this, does it?
That's right. That's what it's all about. Pretty good crowd here tonight. Avon did bring a student section, a few adult fans too. Of course, the Brownsburg student section, always very loud and active. So, good crowd. It's going to be noisy. Let's get it started, Rob.
And I believe it'll be Funkhauser to tip it up, or Bodie, to tip it up for the Orioles. And we'll see who the Bulldogs send out. Probably Thompson. I think it is going to be Thompson. And yes, it will be Thompson and Funkhauser to tip it up. I'm sorry, Thompson and Bodie to tip it up. 42 against 42. How about that? Ball is up, and it is controlled by Avon. Kimbrough has it, and the Orioles will begin the offense. Kimbrough dribbles high in the wing. Right side to Rhodes. Back to Kimbrough. Center of the floor, now right side to Bodie. There's a jumper from Van Wansel. It's up and good.
Brownsburg started in a man-to-man defense there, Rob.
Now the full court press. Ball is thrown away, and it'll belong to Avon. So back-to-back turnovers. Or, I'm sorry, a basket and then a turnover for the Orioles. And that's exactly how they wanted to start tonight's ball game. Van Wansel will throw it in. Guarded closely by Comer. Ball deep in the backcourt. Now up across the timeline. To Rhodes, to Bodie, to Funkhauser, to the foul line. Jumper, Van Wansel, just like a mirror image of what we had just seen. And that'll make it a 4-0 ball game, 7:20 left to play in the first quarter.
Both possessions here, Avon pressing on the inbounds pass.
Comer. In the corner it comes. No, now there's a steal by Kimbrough. Here comes Kimbrough, running the floor, takes it to the foul line, all the way in the lane, shot up, no good, rebound pulled down, and here comes Gerald Harney for the Brownsburg Bulldogs. Jason Young for the Avon Orioles, and we do want to welcome all of our Avon friends that are tuned in tonight on the Avon Athletics website. Certainly always a pleasure to have you with us, and want to thank Jason Young, Brad Holsinger for all their help when we're out there at Avon. There's a three ball, is good, and that was Houston. Want to thank them. Also, of course, want to thank Greg Hill, Joy Ayers, the entire athletic staff at Brownsburg High School. Couldn't ask for any better cooperation from our friends at both Avon and Brownsburg, so thank you very much for that. Looks like we had a turnover there, Chris.
Yes, Brownsburg were inbound in the backcourt sideline. Ronnie Norad up and active, calling an offensive play right here in the directing the movement of his players already.
Well, and of course, Ronald Norad, great success at Butler University as a player, and I think it's safe to say the youngest basketball coach in the history of Brownsburg High School. And we'll certainly, nice backdoor pass, and that's 2 points for the Bulldogs, as that was 34. Walton for two. Walton snuck in the lineup there at the dead ball, and a great pass by Harney makes it a 5-4 Bulldog lead. Brownsburg coming right back in the contest. Rhodes all the way to the block. Shot up off the glass. No good. Harney grabs the rebound, pushing the floor. Comes right side to Lucas. He traveled. Got away with it. In the lane. Kicks it up top. Three ball on the way. It's up. It's good. And the Bulldogs on an 8-0 run. It's now an 8-4 ball game.
They fouled Gerald Harney alone at the top of the key there in a nice three-point shot.
Funkhauser to the block. Spin move. Fadeaway jumper. Up and in for two. And it's an 8-6 ball game. So Funkhauser with the two. And that'll make it 8-6 in favor of the Bulldogs. Brownsburg with the ball across the 10-second line. Also want to send special thanks to Shane Ray back in the XRB studios, pressing all the buttons, manning all the controls. Thanks to Shane for helping us out. And welcome those of you listening on XRB Radio. Lucas to the glass. No. Rebound Thompson. Thompson trap, throws it off the Avon defender Kimbrough, and it's out of bounds. Yeah, would like to confirm, and we'll get you some dates and times as we roll through, but we are, beginning first of the year, going to have the Ronald Norad Show, which will be airing from Hoosier Pizza. We'll tape it, have a video webcast of it, and then we'll also run it on XRB Radio. So we'll be giving you some dates and times as we get closer to the first of the year. We'll also be joined by Brownsburg girls coach Amy Brahman on those shows. So we're very excited to have Coach Brahman, Coach Norad, joining up with us first of the year at Hoosier Pizza, and we'll make sure that Shane and the crew give you specific dates and times as we nail those down in the coming week. And then I'll start first of the year. Right now we got action. Lucas to the hole, got fouled, and he'll shoot two.
Rob, Avon so far in a man-to-man defense too. I know they do like to play zone, but they are starting in a man-to-man. That was a great drive there by Trevor Lucas. He is an exciting player. He's very aggressive, a slasher. He will cut to the basket often, but he also can shoot the outside shot.
Lucas's first jumper is short from the foul line. I guess he didn't really jump. More of a, you don't usually jump on free throws.
You used to, Rob.
Well, I did. I used to do things very incorrect, Chris. Don't even do as I say, and certainly not as I do. Second free throw is good. It's 9-6, 4:49 left to play in the first quarter. Welcome those of you tuned in on Audio Sports Online. Also those of you that are listening on XRB Radio 1610 AM, and those of you that are watching via the Hendricks County Flyer website. So we're pleased to have you with us, wherever you may be tuned in from. Shot up, no good. Thompson with the rebound. Here comes Harney running back the other way. And now we'll slow up, give it to Walton. Walton takes it to the lane. He's fouled, and he will shoot two. And I'm not really sure he got fouled, Chris, but he sold it. He sold it well.
He did. He had three defenders around him. Arguably, one of those could have committed a foul. But I did notice right upon that rebound down at the other end, Coach Norad wanted the Bulldogs to push it up, so they did. No time run off the shot clock. They drove right into the lane and got that foul. Kenny Walton at the line.
First one up and in, and it's 10-6. And again, we do want to thank our friends at Hoosier Pizza that'll be coming on board as a sponsor of these broadcasts first of the year. Also want to thank Jeff Aldridge, the owner out there again tonight. If you do purchase some pizza products, and they got sandwiches, they got subs, they got all sorts of stuff out there. If you purchase a product from Hoosier Pizza, 10% of that's going back to the basketball program. And I believe they're doing that for all boys and girls basketball games this year. So special thanks to that. 11-6 is our score. We got a turnover, timeout, ball coming back to the Bulldogs. And while we do have that quick timeout, Chris, the 30-second timeout, I want to take a moment to thank the Hendricks County Flyer, our corporate video sponsor. Certainly could not do this without them. So special thanks to David and Harold and all the folks over at the Flyer. We love our working relationship that we have with those guys. So special thanks to the Hendricks County Flyer for us being the corporate sponsor of our video broadcast.
You know, we've talked about Coach Norris so far. We don't want to forget to mention Avon coach Jason Young. I was kind of surprised. This is his 9th year at the school. He's 99 and 78 all time. But he has been there this is his 9th year at Avon. So he's still somewhat of a young guy, but he's been around this league and this rivalry for a little bit now.
Yeah, came from Cascade. I believe the year before he left Cascade, or the final year at Cascade, they went to the regionals, lost a very tough regional game. I try to remember what games I was at, Chris, and I definitely remember when I was working for Sports and More publication, covering that game. We drove somewhere very far away in the south to cover that game, and I cannot place exactly where we were, but we drove very far and drove very far back. Tipped up, steal by Thompson, and now here comes Lucas. Lucas pushing for the Bulldogs. To Thompson. Back to Lucas. Lucas thought about a three, passed on it. Now we'll try it. It's short. Rebound track down to Harney. And Harney will restart the offense for the Bulldogs.
You know, in that offense, Rob, you can see that from watching Butler over the years that they do try to run, Brownsburg Bulldogs do try to run that spread offense, multiple cutters, with the offense keyed off the top of the key.
Yeah, you got that right, Chris. It's definitely a Butler feel to this team. The defense is Butler style, and a great save there by Houston. He'll kick the ball off the Avon defender out of bounds, and it's 11-6 remains our score. Bulldog ball, 3:20 left to play in the first quarter of action. Harney looking to get it in. He does. Walton to Lucas, run a little three-man weave here. And you know, Chris, I always used to practice that, and I never saw it really done effectively in a game, but Brownsburg is doing it.
Yes, that's a Butler common occurrence, that weave from the top of the key.
Yeah, Coach Stevens would be proud to see this in practice. And the Bulldogs are doing it in a game.
Avon in a zone now, so they're being patient, trying to wait this weave out, but this is a multiple weave.
Well, and as you said, really... now Walton will try a long jumper. It's up. It's no good. Thompson tips it up. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. Last touch. I think the referee missed that call. Now he gets it right. There we go. There we go. It just took him a minute, Chris.
There you go. Avon did use a bench substitution. Number 11, Jordan Klein, a 5'9" sophomore, did check in after that last timeout.
And so a new look. Avon football coach Mark Bless coming by. Always a pleasure to see Coach Bless. Look forward to covering the Orioles next year. And there's a foul. Walton will go to the hole and shoot two. Great year for Avon football, Chris. Really coming alive in the tournament and making it all the way to the sectional finals, I believe. where they lost to Pike.
Always strong, and they have a great youth program there. That's a good developmental league leading up to the high school program.
And we're just so blessed. We have obviously a great relationship with our friends at Plainfield, and Danville, and Avon, and Brownsburg, and we're just so blessed to be surrounded around some great coaches and athletic directors, and we couldn't ask for much more than the support we get from the county and all of our schools, and of course that also includes our friends at Zionsville and Hamilton Southeastern and Decatur Central. So we're very very lucky to have the support we do. 13-6 our score now. 2 free throws from Walton, and with 2:20 left to play in the first quarter, it's a 13-6 Bulldog lead. Rob Kendall along with Chris Worley bringing you the play-by-play of tonight's contest right here on Audio Sports Online. There's a steal by Harney, and now a steal back by the Orioles by Sam Bloom. Now back to the Bulldogs, and Lucas will lay it up and in for 2. Lucas, relative of former Brownsburg superstar Jason Lucas, who of course played on the semi-state team that lost in the Elite Eight to Glenn Robinson in 1991. And boy, those were some good Bulldog teams back in those days under Steve Bruins. And
that was Lucas' first basket of this game. Normally a pretty big-time score. 2 minutes left, 15-6 Bulldogs.
15-6 is our score. Again, we do welcome you in wherever you're tuned in from tonight, whether it is on the web at audiosportsonline.com or listening via radio, XRB Radio 1610 AM. So thank you for tuning in. Chris and I are very pleased to have you with us tonight, and we look forward to having you with us throughout the evening. Jump ball is going to be called, and it will belong to Brownsburg? I think Brownsburg possession arrow. Yeah.
Number 12, Ian Good, a senior guard, experienced player, did check in for Brownsburg also. All the other starters the same.
Those of you watching on our screen, we're pinned in the what would be the southwest corner of the gym. I think I got that right. Yeah, southwest corner of the gym. And the Bulldogs are in white with the ball. Orioles in black and gold on defense.
The video shot gives you a good shot of that active Brownsburg student section.
Yep.
Got a few big head pictures in there. I noticed George Bush in there, Obama, big head picture in there.
Well, there was a Reagan mask down there, a Hillary Clinton mask at one point. Oh, and there's a nice jumper by Harney. Yeah, our good friend Adam Bertner, who actually got to meet the president recently, comes to a lot of our town council meetings, really trying to mold him. And his parents, I think, are saying, stay as far away from my son as possible, Chris. But we love Adam, and he's down there doing a great job. And got a great student section at Brownsburg High School, no doubt about it. Orioles with the ball. Bodie, long jumper, up and in for 2. And it's 17-8 now. 9-point lead for the Bulldogs with 1 minute left to play in the first quarter.
Bodie's first basket. He's been a good player for them.
Bulldogs again running that weave. And one of the issues the Bulldogs has number 12, Ian Good. You may recognize him as the quarterback of the football team in the ballgame. Sky's in there, grabs the rebound. One of the issues the Bulldogs are really going to struggle with this year, and if they're going to develop, they're going to need to do this, is depth. As Walton misses the jumper. Good, tips it up and in for 2.
Good follow by Ian Good coming down the lane. Got that rebound, put it right back in.
So Avon now, 30 seconds to play. Ball stripped away. Comes back in the hands of the Orioles. Might have got away with the travel there. Back to Avon. And the ball will sail out of bounds. Last touched by the Orioles. 21 seconds left to play. And Avon will turn it over again. 11-point lead for the Bulldogs. Didn't look good for Brownsburg early on, giving up those 2 easy jumpers to Van Wansel. But since then, Chris, all Brownsburg.
Yes, Brownsburg's defense is turning the ball over for them here. Very aggressive man-to-man, in-your-face defense.
Harney holding near the top of the key, in between the rings. Dribbles between the legs, takes it right side, picks it up. Ball tipped away. There's a steal, and that is Levi Bailey. Bailey's fouled on his way to the basket, and that'll be the second team foul on the Bulldogs. One player, Chris, we have not seen a lot of tonight, I don't know if we've seen him at all, is number 21, Brandon Peters, who's really a great freshman player for Avon. The couple games I've done this year, Plainfield and Pike, he has played very well. Have not seen him tonight.
Yes, I believe after that Plainfield game in week 1, he was the Flyer Player of the Week.
Yeah, outstanding performance. Oh, nice inbound pass to Bailey, and he'll lay it in for 2. And that'll bring about the end of the quarter. So 19-10, as we do in the first quarter. Good quarter if you're Brownsburg. Not so much if you're Avon. But let's take a moment here as we have a pause in our action to thank another one of our sponsors, and that'll be Nelson's Jewelers. This holiday season, let Nelson Jewelers in Brownsburg help you select the perfect gift. New collections have arrived just in time for Christmas. Whether a wish list includes a new pair of earrings, sparkling pendant, bracelet, or ring, Nelson Jewelers offers a unique and affordable designs in silver, 14 and 18 karat gold, and diamonds. Visit Nelson Jewelers at 22 East Main Street in Brownsburg or online at nelsonjewelers.com. Nelson Jewelers since 1958. A little out of the way, very much out of the ordinary. And real quick before we begin play, once again, thank our good friend Pete Fay, your State Farm agent. You're finally on your own, living in your own place, paying your own bills, and making your own decisions. When your decisions involve insurance and financial needs, it's nice to have a little help. State Farm agent Pete Fay knows that being on your own shouldn't feel like being alone. Visit State Farm agent Pete Fay at 431 East Northfield in Brownsburg. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Chris, your thoughts on the first quarter?
Well, one thought right now, Santa Claus just made an appearance. Came right in the gym there, and he's passing out candy to all the good boys and girls.
Well, you know, Ronnie Wilson's going to get very jealous of that because that's sort of Ronnie's M.O. with his Santa hat is you say nice hat, you get a candy cane.
There you go.
So we may have a candy cane competition here, Chris.
I definitely think Brownsburg's defense was a factor in this lead after one quarter. Also winning the rebound battle. I don't have an exact total, but I know that, especially on the offensive end, Brownsburg has been getting the rebounds.
By the way, Shane said to tell you you're sounding great. I'm sure that made your evening all the more better.
That's Shane. He's a tough critic.
Rhodes has it for the Orioles. They'll begin the ball. Begin with the ball to begin the second quarters, moving from left to right on your computer screen, on what would be the far side of your screen. Now there's Peters, the aforementioned Peters, and he nails the two. Brandon Peters, the freshman, making his presence felt just after we mentioned that we hadn't seen it. Full court press by the Orioles.
Yeah, Peters had a nice jumper there from the elbow.
And one of the things you realize, Chris, as the ball's knocked out of bounds, is Avon really needs to make baskets, not only to score points, but it sets up that full court press.
Yes, absolutely. They are pressing after every made basket.
Inbound in the backcourt to Harney. Harney will walk it up across the 10-second line. Flips it right side. Now left. Now back to center. Avon in a 2-3 zone. Skips across court to Lucas, and they're going to call, is that an offensive foul? Yep, moving screen on, I believe they're going to get the big guy, Thompson. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam Comer, 44, my fault. Sam Comer looks like he grew about 3 inches since I saw him last time. A lot of the time was a varsity player last year. And there's a 2 from Rhodes. And Ronald Norred going to spend a quick timeout as it's now 19-14 in favor of the Orioles. 30-second timeout, Chris, and Avon comes roaring back here in the second quarter.
Avon is running some sets and screens that are allowing their players to get free from the free throw line and from the elbows. That looks to be one of their targeted shot zones, and it's when they've hit them, it works well so far, and they've closed that gap now to 19-14. The Bulldogs lead by 5.
Our next broadcast will not be until 2013.
Basketball broadcast. You'll be at wrestling tomorrow.
Yes, you'll have wrestling tomorrow. Basketball broadcast will be January 4th, as it's the semifinals of the county tournament. Brownsburg drew the bye in round 1. So they will play somebody. I think it's Cascade or Plainfield, or Cascade or Tri-West.
Where's the county tournament at usual?
It's at Danville. They play the first round at a host site, and then the second and third rounds are at Danville. So it'll be, I think it's January 4th, 8 o'clock. We'll have that broadcast for you. Shane wants to know, he's going to really put you on the spot here on the air, so don't feel any pressure, if you're going to start reporting on the RDC meetings for him.
Yes, that's a goal of mine. Their president kind of fascinates me, and I want to see how he operates. That would be one Rob Kendall. But, yes, I promise to attend more RDC meetings. And maybe one meeting that Jim Searing doesn't go to, so I will try to start attending those.
Well, I really appreciate you letting Jim not get the final word of the 2012 council meetings. And that was quite the coup de grace, as they say. 3-ball from Lucas, no good. Rebound pulled down by Peters. Peters out of there with it, and here come the Orioles running back the other way. Number 11, Jordan Klein, in for the Orioles, and steal by Harney, and he got decked from behind by Peters.
And number 34, Kenny Walton, was not too happy with that. Kind of bumped the Avon player a little bit after that foul, running from behind and tripping up the Brownsburg break.
Jason Young shouting out instructions to the Avon Orioles. It was more like a forearm shiver. Lex Luger would have been happy with that. Lob into, off the glass. It was a alley-oop try to Williams. Thompson ends up with it for the Bulldogs. They restart the offense. I assume that doesn't go as a missed shot. I assume that would go as a pass. Harney around the horn to Lucas. Got away with the trap. Nope. They're going to call it.
Did not get away with the travel.
Yeah, he was close there. That official, maybe the motor didn't quite work with the extremities. Took him a moment to really get it in gear. Rob Kendall along with Chris Worley bringing you the play-by-play of tonight's contest right here on Audio Sports Online. Also XRB Radio 1610 AM and the Hendricks County Flyer website, flyergroup.com. 19-14 our score. Bulldogs in the lead, 5:45. Let's play in the first half of action. Van Wansel with the ball in the corner for the Orioles. Now works it around the horn to Peters.
Bulldogs dropping into his own defense here, Rob.
Yeah, 2-3 it looks like.
Yes, sir.
Klein off to Rhodes. Rhodes dribbles towards the foul line, picks it up, jumper up, no, loose ball tipped up, comes away to Walton. And here come the Bulldogs running back the other way. Walton past the defender in the corner to Lucas. Lucas dribbles up to the top of the key. Now flips it over to Walton. Walton, the jumper up, 3-ball, no good. Scoring drought continues for the Bulldogs. I don't think they've scored in the second period, Chris.
No, that's right. Kenny Walton's having an active game, though, on both ends of the floor tonight.
Rhodes, guarded by Houston, to Peters, to Van Wansel. Brownsburg back in a man-to-man. Klein with it. Now off to Van Wansel, long two. It's good. Man, he can shoot the lights out, can't he, Chris?
Sure can. I have him with 6 points, but there's another one of those free throw line elbow jumpers.
Houston's got it. Lucas has got it.
That's a zone press there where they're trying to trap the Brownsburg against the sideline.
Long two, no good. Loose ball tracked down. Here comes Klein. Off to Peters. And I think we're going to get they're going to call a foul on the Bulldogs. That's a tough foul.
Foul on Walton.
Wow.
Sam Comer will check in for Brownsburg.
6 fouls for the Orioles, 4 for the Bulldogs. And so as we wind down here in the first half, it'll be free throws the rest of the way for Brownsburg.
As you mentioned, Rob, scoring so far in this quarter, team scoring, Avon 6, Brownsburg nothing, with 3:50 left in this first half.
Yeah, it's always just one of those games where you feel like it's always going to come down to the final shot no matter how good either team is. And we do remind you again, if you're just tuning in, if you want to check out the Bulldogs wrestling team, they're doing a great job this year. Final home meet of the year will be tomorrow, 9 a.m. right here at Brownsburg High School. I will be in this very spot, 9 a.m. And you know how hard it is for me to get up early, Chris.
Right, I know. Are you going to stop for some coffee, Rob?
Well, I'm going to Pepsi Max or something like that. You know, I drink those by the caseload. And we'll be back here bringing you all the action tomorrow. It's an all-day event. Bulldogs will be wrestling all these county schools. And it starts 9 a.m. tomorrow. Audio Sports Online. We'll have the live video feed for you with the play-by-play coverage. So look forward to bringing you that. 19-17 our score. 3:43 left to play in the quarter. Shot is up. It's good. It's 19-18. And here come the Bulldogs now. Lead down to 1. It was 9 at the end of the first quarter. I think it was actually 11 at one point. I think it was 19-8. And so a 10-0 run for the and there's a steal by Bodie.
Got a turnover off that Avon press.
Brownsburg really struggling to get quality looks at the basket here in this second quarter. 3-ball, Van Wansel, no good. Nice block out by Comer, and an over the back foul on Peters. Will put Sam Comer at the free throw line, shooting 1 in the bonus.
Coach Norred having a brief discussion with Trevor Lucas over what he wants to do. Sam Comer will be at the line for a 1-and-1 here.
And I do see former Avon football coach Dave Shelbourne there in the what would be the northwest corner of the gym. Free throw's no good. Loose ball tipped up, controlled by Bailey, and Bailey swinging elbows, and then they're going to call a foul on the Bulldogs.
I'm not sure how that was a foul, Rob. He's just standing there in the corner trying to prevent the Avon man from breaking out, standing straight up with his hands straight up, but that's the call we give.
I would tend to agree with that assessment there, Mr. Worley, but the officials have not been afraid either side to call close fouls. I do see a Jeremy Lynn fathead up there.
Yes, there we go. Oh, there's a Hillary Clinton, too.
Bulldogs faithful really getting into it. What a great student section, and we saw that during football season. Several Lafayette games, full student section, more than the Lafayette schools. You got to just come in the senior and junior class, and that's not good for the Bulldogs. Bodie firing a three-pointer, and a foul was called on Brownsburg. Now, is that a two, or it's going to be a two-shot foul? So a long two results in free throws. The Iron Sheik is in the fathead section.
No way.
Far would be the southeast corner of the gym, holding it up backwards. They'll flip that around, and you will see the Iron Sheik.
One of your old wrestling buddies.
Well,
it certainly is.
I love professional wrestling. Iron Sheik later would become Colonel Mustafa and LeBron James.
San Francisco Giants reliever.
Brian Wilson.
There we go. They are
Tim
doing
Tebow.
a good job.
Yeah, Tim Tebow. We got a lot of them up there. So give the Bulldogs fans some credit, though. I'm going to say the fact that the Iron Sheik, very exciting for me.
If we had a Jerry the King Lawler.
Well, that would be great.
Hit.
And, of course, Chris, I am a huge fan of the Ultimate Warrior. So if we could have an Ultimate Warrior fathead, that would be great as well. But I'm excited that we have the Iron Sheik head there. Another steal. We are tied at 19. We should keep you informed of the action. That's the fault of the announcer's fault for not properly co-piloting or piloting the broadcast. 19-19 our score. 2 minutes, 25 seconds left to play in the first half. Bodie, jumper from the foul line. It's up. It's good. And Avon has the lead for the first time in quite a while. It is now a 13-0 Avon run. And the Bulldogs just desperate for some sort of offense.
Aaron Bodie with 4 points now. Let's see how they set this press after another field goal and just taking the lead. They should be aggressive.
Saw this the other night at the Decatur Central Carmel game a week ago. Carmel #1 in the state. And Carmel did a very similar thing to Decatur Central. Their game was tied at that time, and by the time the run was over, the game was over. Now Harney Trapp lost the handle on it. There's a steal. Ahead to Bodie, and Bodie, nice block by Comer from behind. Ends up in the hands of Peters, and he'll put it up and in for two. And now a timeout by someone. By the official. And he can do that because he's the official.
Injury timeout.
And Rob Kendall, along with Chris Worley, bringing you the play-by-play of tonight's game. 23-19 our score. Avon over the Bulldogs. 15-0 run now for the Orioles. And we've got 1:55 left to play in the first half. I want to thank those of you that have tuned in tonight right here on AudioSportsOnline.com, as well as XRB Radio 1610 AM Radio Brownsburg.
Boy, that was a tough break there for Brownsburg. Sam came from behind and made a great block on a layup attempt. Rebound, however, not the rebound, but the block shot came to Avon. They put it right back up and in. Brownsburg working the ball around top against an Avon zone.
Again, running that weave of sorts. Nice lob into Lucas, and he got it up and in.
Great pass.
Nice pass by Houston that time. Houston the assist, and it's 23-21. Avon back with the ball now. Orioles working hard. Van Wansel to Peters. Peters will try a three. It's up. It's no good. Loose ball tipped up, pulled down. Now to the hole. Shot up. No good. Swatted back into the hands of Klein. Klein stolen away by Lucas. Foot race. And they're going to call a kick. Good call. Bad break for the Bulldogs.
This is turning into quite a battle now under the boards. Both teams really going after each other and being aggressive on the boards.
When you got to hand it to the students on both sides, there were some years here, Chris, I know you come to games all the time where student representation on both sides was pretty anemic, but now these students are back at it. They're in full force, and that's just great for basketball. It's great for the schools. As a deep lob into Klein and a bad foul by Harney is going to put 3/4 of the way from the basket. going to put Klein at the foul line, shooting one in the bonus. That's the 8th team foul of the Bulldogs.
Gerald being aggressive there, going after the ball, thought maybe he could get a steal, but with 1:09 left, not a good place to foul. You're right, at the other end of the court, Rob. Jordan Klein at the line.
First one is up and good.
Well, Rob, you are right about the students. They are very involved in this game, both sides.
And that really helps players, especially I would think at that high school level, having that sort of, moral support. And a timeout.
And I can tell you that Ron Norwood is not happy. They dribbled right into that bad spot where you can get trapped in that trap zone, and Brownsburg just kind of dribbled right into it there. Trevor Lucas got trapped, and that led to the timeout.
Hey, when plumbing problems arise, you want a plumbing company with an impressive truck or fancy jingles? Of course not. You want your problem solved quickly and at an affordable price. At Westside Plumbing, we understand you want a plumber who's honest, respectful, and knows how to fix the problem. Westside Plumbing provides fast, professional plumbing service 7 days a week. When you invite Westside Plumbing into your home, be assured they'll be knowledgeable, timely, and will give your home the respect it deserves. Honesty, integrity, and respect. That's what you get when you call Westside Plumbing at 445-8399. That's 445-8399. Westside Plumbing serving Brownsburg and all of Hendricks County at 445-8399. And I'll tell you what, while we're waiting here, Chris, I'm going to use my vast array of announcing skills. And
vast array.
Well, I'm going to run out of time here, I think. No, I'm not. Looking for an option that makes college affordable? Ivy Tech Community College will open a new campus located just off I-74 in Crawfordsville in January of 2013. You can earn an associate's degree in business administration entirely on the new campus. If you're planning to pursue a bachelor's degree, Ivy Tech can help. Our credits transfer to four-year schools, so you can save a lot in the first 2 years and graduate with much less debt. Now's the time. Ivy Tech's place. Visit ivytech.edu or call 888-IVY-LINE to enroll today. Chris, back at it.
Good work there, Rob. Brownsburg inbound the ball. Under a minute left now in the first half. Avon up by 4, 25-21.
Jumper from the big guy Thompson, no good. That was a good look, just couldn't get it to go. And Avon now will slow it up, and they could play for the final shot of the half if they so desire. Klein with the ball. Left side to Bodie.
Looks like Coach Young does want them to take the final shot. He slowed them up. They got on their offense a little early, and he kind of gave them the stop sign.
Klein with it, holding. Bulldogs appearing content in a man-to-man defense to let them hold for that final shot. Now Lucas will come get Klein. Lucas dribbling towards the top of the key. Now takes it left side, I should say. Met by Lucas, high on the wing. Klein dribbling between the legs, trying to find somewhere to go, and they're going to get a 5-second call. Good defense by the Bulldogs that time. 7.5 seconds to play in the half.
And that defense was by Trevor Lucas, and I noticed that Coach Nora did ask him to go out and put that kind of in-your-face pressure on the dribbler.
It's hard to get a 5-second call, too, because as soon as you have that forward movement, Chris, that stops.
Yes.
7 seconds to play. Lucas with it high on the wing. Takes the high screen. Picks up his dribble. Ball knocked away. Thompson ends up with it. He's going to heave it up, and it's no good. And that's not what the Bulldogs wanted as they end the first half. 25-21 before we have a little halftime presentation for you of some sort in some capacity. Let's thank a couple more of our sponsors, including our friends at Sweet Treats. Do you remember old-fashioned values, good food, and good times? Do you remember an ice cream cone on a warm summer's eve and a cherry Coke from the fountain at the corner drugstore? Sweet Treats is a classic bakery and soda shop that does remember when. Serving delicious bakery and food items in Avon 6 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sweet Treats is located at US 36 and Dan Jones in beautiful Avon right behind the CVS Pharmacy. Bring a ticket stub from any Avon sporting event or mention you heard this ad and receive 10% off your purchase. Stop in for a visit and let Sweet Treats take you back to way back when. Chris, thoughts on the first half?
Well, the scoring in that second period, Avon outscored Brownsburg 15-2 in that second quarter. So rough second quarter. Great first quarter by Brownsburg, but that's why Avon's leading right now. Second quarter, 15-2 run.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to recharge our batteries here, I'm going to say hi to one of Brownsburg's favorite residents, Marcus Fredwell, who is here. And, of course, Marcus's dad, Joe Fredwell, longtime administrator, football coach, nice guy. All those would apply. And before we do that, real quick, want to thank our video sponsor tonight, our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer. Special thanks to Dave and Harold and all the folks over there, flyergroup.com. Couldn't do it without them. Special thanks to their corporate sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. So we will take a quick break, about 5 minutes, recharge the batteries, catch a swig of water, and then we will come back with the second half. You're listening to Brownsburg Varsity Basketball and Avon Varsity Basketball right here on AudioSportsOnline.com and XRB Radio 1610 AM, Radio Brownsburg. All right, Chris Worley. Well, I'm Rob Kendall. He's Chris Worley. Along with Chris Worley, bringing you tonight's broadcast here on AudioSportsOnline.com, where it's 25-21. Chris, you here okay? Everything sound good to you?
Yeah, we're good, Rob.
Okay, excellent. Your thoughts on the first half, Chris?
Well, again, it was tough. Both teams really playing defense and getting after it on the boards. If I had to pick stars of the team for each of the teams for the half, I guess Kenny Walton in the first. I had him with 6 points. First half for Avon would be number 24, Carter Van
Wanzel.
There we go. But, yeah, it's been tough, and, a lot of turnovers. That Avon press has definitely made a difference as far as turnovers and Brownsburg lack of scoring, especially in that second quarter. So I expect more of the same. Going to be tough. Both coaches trying to make some adjustments at halftime, so we will see.
Got a chance to visit with a couple of Brownsburg residents, Marcus Fredwell and Ronnie Wilson. Of course, Ronnie, longtime publisher of the Sports and More publication. Used to work with your good friend, Mr. Bob Wilson,
Yes.
years and years ago. And always nice to talk with Ronnie. Appreciate what he does for the community, and appreciate his magazine that showcases the talent that these kids definitely have. Rob Kendall along with Chris Worley. As we said, it's 25-21 our score. We're at halftime. And before we go any further, I do have to thank our one other sponsor I have not yet mentioned here tonight. And Teresa's going to be very upset with me if I don't do this.
Yes, she will. Let's get this right.
The payroll department. If you're a business owner with or without employees, you're probably wondering about your payroll. What about taxes, child support, auditing, Social Security? It can be a bit overwhelming at times, but we've got the answer for you. The Payroll Department Incorporated. The Payroll Department Incorporated can help put your mind at ease where all these problems are concerned. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Call them today at 852-2568. Or stop by the Payroll Department Incorporated, 701 North Green Street in Brownsburg, the home of XRB Radio.
How is Shane doing?
He's doing great. Shane was actually just named the Danville Chamber of Commerce Member of the Year. How about that?
I threw that to you, hoping that you would say that. That's a great honor for Shane. Well deserved.
Well, he deserves it.
Yeah, yes.
I've never been Member of anything of the year. I think I've probably been worst member of something of the year.
Hey, one big head you missed over there. I see a Scottie Pippen big head in the Brownsburg student.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, good. And a LeBron James one. Oh, and an Obama one as well. Yeah. So, and of course, you can see on your first side of the screen, those of you watching online, the Bulldogs are Bulldog fans really whipping it up into a frenzy. Bulldogs will now move from right to left on your computer screen for the second half. And the Orioles will move
I did notice, Rob, before the game, I was looking for common opponents that both these schools have played. Both of them have played the very tough basketball team of Pike. Both lost. Last Saturday night, Brownsburg really gave them a battle, and Avon did too. That was a close game, so that's the only common opponent I could see. Of course, this is a big conference game, as you know, too.
Yeah, I actually misspoke there. First time I've ever done that ever. Brownsburg will move from left to right on your computer screen, not right to left.
There we go. First time ever?
First time ever. And that's true because you come to all of our government meetings, so you know that you never misspeak.
Right.
Ever.
Right. No doubt.
Avon in black, gold letters and numbers. Brownsburg in the home whites, purple letters and numbers. And Chris, what do you think the Bulldogs got to do here in the second half?
Well, they had to work at halftime to make adjustments to beat this press. Gerald Harney, the guard, I know that oftentimes, like I said in that first half, they dribbled themselves into bad spots that led to turnovers. So I would imagine that was the focus, a major focus for Coach Nord at halftime. How do we beat this Avon press?
Bulldogs will have the ball, and it'll be the inbound to Harney across the timeline. Harney takes it right side over to Lucas. Lucas dribbles back center of the floor, runs the weave to Walton. Walton up, and a charging foul is called on Brownsburg, so not the start they were looking for as we begin the second half.
That's Walton's third foul. There was a good drive down the lane. Good block by the Avon defense led to the charging call.
Well, and here comes former Avon football coach Dave Shelbourne past us. He's got appears to be some sort of is that for me? What do you call that? What is that called? What do they call that? Walking taco. Coach has got himself a walking taco. Man, that sounds good, Chris. Lucas for three as I get back to calling the game. We love Dave Shelbourne. Of course, Shelbourne Knee Center, a longtime sponsor of our Avon broadcast. And we've had a great relationship with Dave over the years. Now Dave serves as the color commentator on our Avon football broadcast. Back the other way, 2 points for Rhodes, and it's 27-24 in favor of Avon.
Here comes that press again. Let's see what adjustments they made, and they got past it pretty good that time.
3-ball, Lucas. Good.
Lucas with 2 threes to start this second half.
You know, the great thing about our angle here, Chris, is we can clearly see whether that ball's going in from the moment it leaves the shooter's hand. And Lucas, just like Van Wansel in the first half, you can clearly tell when that ball was going down the rim.
Did that count there?
I do not believe so. It's going to be out of bounds, foul on the Bulldogs. Again, we're pleased to announce, coming up first of the year, we're going to have the Ronald Norred Show coming to you from Hoosier Pizza in Brownsburg, and we'll get you some dates and times with that as we hammer those down. We talked to Coach today, and I think we've got something that'll work out pretty good. 3-ball back the other way from Van Wansel is good, and it's 30-27 Avon. And Coach Amy Brahman has also said she'll be joining us for those, and we're excited about that. So we'll let you know more about that here in the next week, and I'm sure Shane will get the message out.
Rob, I'm anxious to try Hoosier Pizza. New place.
Great place.
Good.
Yeah, we love Jeff, the owner there, Jeff Aldridge, and proud sponsor of the high school basketball games. And if you actually eat there tonight, 10% of your purchase going back to the basketball program. Does that on game days. So Jeff's got a great operation. They call it Hoosier Pizza because it's a movie-themed thing around the movie Hoosiers. Loves basketball.
And I noticed on their wall they have a bunch of framed high school jerseys. They're proud of their support of high school basketball.
Yeah, very, very cool. So we're looking forward to working with Jeff and bringing you the Ronald Norred show out there and all sorts of cool stuff coming up first of the year. Right now it's 30-29. Avon with the lead in the ball. 6 minutes, 10 seconds left to play here in the third quarter of action. Rob Kendall along with Chris Worley calling tonight's game. And we're very happy to have Chris with us, and we hope we can convince him to come back several more times this year.
Certainly want to, Rob. Thanks for having me. Exciting atmosphere. Brownsburg scored 4 points so far here in the second half, so they picked up the scoring pace a little bit.
Yeah, just 2 points there in that second quarter for the Bulldogs. Van Wansel along 2. It's up. It's no good. Thompson skies for the rebound. Here comes the Bulldogs running back the other way. Pass ahead to Lucas. He'll push hard to the hole. Nope. Boy, I thought he had it that time. Tried to put it off the rim instead of the glass, and I think that ended up costing him some points. So here come, and now we're going to get an elbow there as foul on the Bulldogs. 5:30 left to play in the third quarter.
Rob, I'm sure you've noticed it, but Van Wansel does a good job of setting himself up outside that three-point line, getting into a free spot. If they can get him to the ball as they have so far in those free spots, he's good at burying them. Not afraid to pull the trigger.
Bulldog. Oh, now there's a steal by Walton. Walton's going to push. Here come the Bulldogs going coast to coast. Up, no. Tipped up by Thompson. Yes. Thompson for 2.
Kyle Thompson, his first field goal of the game. Nice tip up on a rebound there.
Here come the Bulldogs on defense now. Avon trying to get the lead back as Brownsburg leads 31-30. Really a seesaw game. 2 big runs by both teams have given them leads in this contest, but now it's a 1-point affair. To the lane, Rhodes, right hand, up and in for 2. Rhodes
great drive.
Yeah, as you said, excellent job there, Chris. And Rhodes in for 2.
Hey, they pulled off that press. They're back in a 2-3 zone now.
Yeah, very interesting there, as you said, Chris. 2-3 zone for the Bulldogs, or by the Orioles against the Bulldogs. Lucas, now there's a steal. Now a steal back by Walton. And Walton kicks it off to Harney. Harney for 3. No good. Rebound tracked down and a foul. Oh, no, I'm sorry. A travel's going to be called. I thought they were going to call a foul there, Chris. But they did call a travel.
Right, Avon defense there. Stood their ground, didn't reach in. Resulted in the traveling call against Kenny Walton. So Avon on the attack now. They lead by 1 point, 32-31, coming up on 4 minutes left, third quarter.
Yeah, Shane actually went over as he missed a wide open layup. And now a foul's going to be called as Bunkhauser had a wide open path to the basket there, couldn't get it to go, and then ended up at the foul line. Yeah, Shane was saying, we were talking about our friends at Hoosier Pizza there. Shane and I went over and talked to Jeff the other day. They got this thing, Chris, it's called pulled pork pizza, where they actually put barbecue sauce in the pizza and pulled pork on your pizza, it sounds just outstanding.
How late are they open tonight?
Well, that's my thought. I don't know. You know, I try to maintain my youthful beauty and watch my calories, but sometimes it's a little tough.
Avon missed the first free throw there. Second one on the way and good. Connor Funkhauser.
I just noticed Funkhauser's a lefty.
Pulled back on the press again. Avon did. They sit back in that 2-3 zone while Brownsburg attacks.
Lucas has it, top of the key. Right side, now back center to he thought about taking that three, elected not to. Harney to Lucas. Lucas to the hole. No. Loose ball pulled down. And here come the Orioles running back the other way. Funkhauser. Charging foul on Houston. 3:29 left to play in the third quarter. It's 33-31. Bulldogs trailing the Orioles, I should say, by 2.
Looked like that call could have gone either way, but Tyler Houston did move his feet on defense, drew the charge.
Again, I want to thank our friends at the Hendricks County Flyer, our corporate video sponsor. I want to thank them for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Certainly could not, and there's a 3 by Houston. That'll make it 34-33. Certainly could not do these broadcasts without them. I want to thank our friends at the Flyer and their corporate sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. So thanks, guys, for helping us out with that. 3 ball. Good. Van Wansel responds. And Wansel nails the 3, and it's 36-34. The Bulldogs trail it by 2. 2 minutes, 44 seconds left to play in the third period of action.
Boy, Carter is a sniper from long range.
Yeah, the Bulldogs really need to keep a hand in his face towards the hole, and now a charge on Walton. And Brownsburg in some serious foul trouble, Chris. 16 fouls already with 2:26 left to play in the third, so that's 10.5 minutes where the Bulldogs will be giving up free throws to the Orioles on their next foul.
And that was Kenny Walton's 4th foul. Man-to-man defense by Brownsburg.
Oh, down into Funkhauser. Oh, he got a block from behind by Lucas. Now Lucas runs the break, pushing ahead. Takes it all the way off the glass, and a blocking foul called on the Orioles.
Coach Jason Young of Avon sure thought that was a foul down on this end against Brownsburg.
Jimmy Meskel, number 22, is in the ball game, a 6-foot senior. So first time, really, we've called his name tonight. Jimmy Meskel checking in for the Bulldogs.
I have Trevor Lucas with 9 points right now as he shoots his free throw and misses the first one. Nobody's left.
Everybody's
Crowd
still here.
and vocal and wild.
That's $5 you can spend when you consider you'd get a JV game in there too. Lucas missed them both. That hurts. Lucas is only a junior, so he's still got another year of basketball action.
Aaron Bodie misses a drive to the hole there, went off the front rim, Brownsburg ball.
Lucas passed on the 3, picks up his dribble, nowhere to go with the ball, comes to Meskel. Meskel to Houston, he'll try a 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Orioles. Minute 44 left to play in the third quarter. Kimbrough in the corner to Van Wansel, and now a whistle. And that's going to be the 17th foul on Brownsburg, which means free throws the rest of the way for the Orioles. Bodie heads to the foul line.
Avon students trying to distract the foul shooter, of course, with the good old pom-poms and raised hands. Or they're trying to cheer on their free throw shooter, I should say. He dropped it.
I don't think they're trying to
Sorry about
distract
that, Rob.
It could be a little maybe a little reverse psychology there, Chris.
There you go.
37-34. Second one up and good. And it's now a 38-34 ball game in favor of the Orioles. Brownsburg with the ball, and now Ronald Norred's going to spend a timeout with 1:32 left to play in the third quarter. Hey, remember when listening to Superman on the radio was all there was? Remember when your friends and family were dining together and enjoyed it? Remember when bakeries were real and coffee didn't cost $4 a cup? Sweet Treats is a classic bakery and soda shop that does remember when. Serving delicious bakery and food items in Avon 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sweet Treats is located at US 36 and Dan Jones Road, right behind the CVS Pharmacy. Bring in a ticket stub from any Avon sporting event or mention you heard this ad and receive 10% off your purchase. Stop in for a visit and let Sweet Treats take you to way back when. We're going to Sweet Treats, Chris.
You got it.
It's happening. Feeling it.
You know, you talk about the value of high school basketball. I was one of those fans that when class basketball came, it made me angry.
Yeah.
I didn't go to games for a while. I would watch the tournament, but I was angry about that switch.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, you go to a big game like this, rivalry schools, high school basketball on a Friday night for $5 still is a great value, great entertainment, and lots of good action. So don't let the class basketball negative people turn you away from coming to games. This is a great thing to do, and if you love sports and love basketball, this is the place to be tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't have said it any better, Chris. How long you guys lived in Brownsburg for? Long time?
9-10 years.
Yeah.
And I lived here when I was a young man, quite a few years ago.
You're still very young.
Thank you, Rob.
Sure, absolutely. That's my pleasure, Chris. 38-34 is the score.
Brownsburg working around the perimeter there and got a shot but missed off the rim. No good. Avon rebounds.
To the hole. Shot up. Good for two.
Kimbrough, his first basket of the game. A nice drive to the hoop off a fast break.
40-34. 50 seconds to play. Three ball from Harney, and it's no good. The ball's going to sail out of bounds. And it will belong to Brownsburg.
Steal Avon off the inbounds pass.
Seconds to play.
Coach Young wanting a set play called here, Rob. He wants to get the last basket of this quarter.
Yeah, and as you said, final chance for the final shot of the quarter.
Avon leading by 6. Brownsburg with a trap on the near sideline. And that did lead to the turnover. Brownsburg ball.
Harney to the hole. Shot is up. He's fouled, and he will shoot two.
Good drive there. He saw an opening down the lane as they had the Avon defense spread out. Harney took it to the hole. Missed it off the rim, but did get fouled. Harney with 2 shots. Makes the first one. That cuts the lead to 5 points. Avon 40, Brownsburg 35. 4.5 seconds left. So either a rebound or inbounds will be important here.
I'd like to say, just got a text message from our dear friend, Council President Dwayne Sawyer. He's out doing something tonight. He didn't really identify what. He's the president. He doesn't really have to. 40-35 our score. 1.1 seconds left to play in the third quarter. A quarter Brownsburg would like to see this come to an end. Kimbrough will throw it up, and it's short. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Brownsburg trailing by 5. Hey, now is the time to choose Ivy Tech Community College. There is no more affordable option in the state of Indiana for your college education. You can earn an associate's degree and start a career, or transfer to a 4-year school and earn a bachelor's degree. A new campus is opening in January 2013 just off I-74 in Crawfordsville, so a college education is more accessible than ever before. You have choices. Make the Ivy Tech choice. Visit ivytech.edu or call 888-IVY-LINE for more information. And this holiday season, let Nelson Jewelers in Brownsburg help you select the perfect gift. New collections have just arrived in time for Christmas. Whether your wish list includes a pair of earrings, sparkling pendant, bracelet, or ring, Nelson Jewelers offers a unique and affordable design in silver and 14 to 18 karat gold and diamonds. Visit Nelson Jewelers at 22 East Main Street in Brownsburg and online at nelsonjewelers.com. Nelson Jewelers since 1958, a little out of the way, very much out of the ordinary. That would make an excellent gift for Mrs. Worley.
There you go.
Nelson Jewelers.
You know, I've got a ring I need fixed. They do jewelry repair also, don't they, Rob?
They do that. Jeff does it all.
I have got to get my ring resized a little bit, my wedding ring. Grown out of it a little bit, Rob, so I think I'll stop in. They're open on Saturday.
Yeah, they get down there with that eyeglass. And, you know.
All right, start of the fourth quarter here, Rob.
After you take Mrs. Worley to Sweet Treats first.
Exactly. But we want to go to Hoosier Pizza first.
Well, that's true. You can do all of those. Hey, special hello to Dwayne Sawyer listening in. Dwayne is tuning in. So
Very
hello
good.
to Dwayne. And Chris and I love Dwayne. We're glad Dwayne's listening. Shot up, blocked from behind, ball sails out of bounds. And Thompson getting the paw on it right there.
Good rejection by Thompson. Went up and got that one clean right on his hand.
40-35 is our score. 7:45 left to play in the ball game. Bulldogs down by 5. It's been really a seesaw affair that could have gone either way here tonight. Deep inbound to Klein. Klein guarded by Lucas. Brownsburg in a man-to-man. Avon running from right to left on your computer screen. And there's the pass inside to Peters. Peters stripped from behind. Comes to Harney. Bulldogs have it. Harney pushes ahead. Center of the floor. Off to Houston. He'll try a 3 left side. Good. Houston for 3. And the Bulldogs cut the lead to 2. 40-38. 7:20 left to play in the contest.
Houston with a big 3 there on that break. Lucas was calling for the ball down low, but Harney elected to go outside for the 3-pointer. And Tyler Houston sunk it. We have a foul call against Brownsburg here, Rob?
Yeah, it looks like it, and that'll be the 8th team foul on the Bulldogs. So as we said, free throws the rest of the way for Avon. You put a guy like a Van Wanzel up there who's almost automatic from the foul line. It's almost like giving him that easy 2 points. Oh, and he missed it.
Thank you, Rob.
Well,
the old announcer's jinx, Rob.
Yeah, his parents are not going to be happy with me. Not at all.
Avon drops back into that 2-3 zone again. In the second half, they pulled back that press. I'm a little puzzled, Rob.
Yeah, you made a good point, Chris, because they were really sold on that early in the contest and really staked a lot of their efforts early on that press. Long 2 from Lucas. It's up, it's short. Thompson had it, knocked into the hands of Bodie. And here come the Orioles now, 2-point lead, 6:45 left to play in the ball game. Top of the key, Bodie with it. Flips it off to Van Wanzel, left side. Van Wanzel facing up. Nowhere to go with it, comes back to Bodie. Bodie dribbles on Thompson. Picks it up at the foul line, right side, to left of Van Wanzel. There's a 3, it's up, it's short. Rebound pulled down by Harney. Here come the Bulldogs, running back the other way, off to Walton, right side. Walton to Harney, center of the floor. Bulldogs can tie or take the lead. 6:20 left to play in the ball game. Long 2 from Harney. It's up, it's good, and we're tied at 40. Harney from the left side drills it down, and the Bulldogs have erased that 5-point deficit they began the quarter with. Really, the only thing working against Brownsburg, Chris, at this point is those fouls. 8 for the Bulldogs, 3 for the Orioles.
There we go. Harney with 8 points. Coach Norad very active calling his defense now. They're in a man-to-man, in-your-face defense. Good move by Avon, but missed this runner in the lane.
Yeah, air ball on that little reverse hook shot there by Bodie. You know, one thing I noticed, Chris, is Funkhauser is not in the game.
Yes.
And he's been an effective big guy. Avon in a 2-3 zone defense. Harney dribbling behind the back. No pressure thus far by the Orioles as they appear content to let Brownsburg run some clock. 5:30 to play in the ball game. And we'll see if Brownsburg pulls a Hoosiers in honor of Hoosier Pizza and just runs the clock and lets Jimmy Chitwood shoot the ball at the end. In the corner to nope, that's not going to happen as Williams will fire the 3. I'm sorry, Walton will fire the 3. It's no good. Back the other way, here comes Avon. Van Wansel, top of the key, guarded closely by Lucas. Dribbles in the lane, spin move, picks it up. Comes back up top, Bodie along two, rises up, no good. Walton grabs the rebound. He's playing with 4 fouls, running aggressively, takes it in. Wild shot, no good, and Van Wansel is fouled by somebody.
I think they're going to get Kyle Thompson for that foul.
Yeah, Thompson doing his best who me impersonation there, which Chris and I have done at various stages of our lives in various circumstances.
Amen. I don't know if we've seen Dwayne Sawyer do a who me at times.
Dwayne is almost always right, so he doesn't have to do the
right.
who
Yeah,
me.
he's the president.
Dwayne is very well liked by many people.
You know, he sure is. Really, seriously, though, he gave a good summary of the council's action in this past year. 2012 was a very busy year in Brownsburg, and Dwayne and the council have done a lot of projects and taken on a lot of things, and for the most part, have done a good job.
Yeah, it's been a great year to be a Bulldog. A lot of the tangible stuff done this year will get seen next year in results, and it's a very different time to be a Bulldog. You have a much different form of government than we began the year with, and Dwayne's done an excellent job as president. And here was my question. I always talk about Matt Bowles with this when I see Matt Bowles. Once you're the president of the council, do I always call you Mr. President? You know, is it like being the president of the United States?
I'm going to have to think on that.
Well, you let me know, because I really struggle with that, because I think I was always told growing up, once the president, always the president. Van Wansel makes the first free throw, and that was the 19th foul, Chris, as Thompson has fouled out of... No. I'm not sure if they called that. I think Thompson fouled out of the ball game with that.
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
I'm sorry we missed that.
42-40, the score now. 4:50 to play in the ball game. The Bulldogs trail by 2. Harney up across the 10-second line. He'll dribble center of the floor. Avon in the 2-3 zone.
Ian Good did come on as a replacement there. So all starters on the court with Ian Good coming in for Thompson.
Yeah, that's good observation there, Chris. Levi Bailey and Peters, the two different ones for the Orioles. It's Funkhauser, Rhodes, Kimbrough, Bailey, and Peters for Avon. Long three from Lucas, no good. Loose ball pulled up by Rhodes. It's Harney, Lucas, Houston, Good, and Walton for the Bulldogs. Avon moving from right to left. Shot up off the glass. No good. Tipped up and in. Rhodes got it. And a foul. Nope, they're going to wave it off.
They are waving that off and calling the foul down on the floor on
Bulldogs. I think they're going to get 30. Who'd they call? 30. Ian Good. So it will be 2 shots with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the ball game.
And that's Good's 4th foul.
And the Bulldogs racking up those fouls. And if Avon can hit their free throws, that's going to be a huge advantage for them down the stretch.
As you would expect in this game, Rob, both sides really giving their all. Very intense, hard-played defensive game.
Rob Kendall along with Chris Worley coming to you live from Brownsburg High School, where the Bulldogs trail it now by 3, 43-40. Make that 44-40. 4:10 to play in the contest. Been a back-and-forth seesaw game. We remind you, if you're just tuning in, you can catch the entire affair live via video archive, audiosportsonline.com. We'll have that game up for you by tomorrow, and you can relive the exciting action over and over and over again, and Chris Worley and I can remain a part of your weekend. What could be better than that?
We hope so. Thank you for joining us.
Kimbrough with the steal now. Now back the other way. Here come the Bulldogs. Funkhauser in the lane. Taking it to the hole, and they called the travel. Did they call the travel? They did. No, they called an offensive foul. Okay.
Avon coach Jason Young incredulous at that call.
Ronald Norred has been sitting down for quite a while.
Very surprising.
Yeah, Jason Young has run the 3-minute mile over there.
Yes.
But now Coach Norred will stand up.
Carter Van Wansley set to check back in here at the next break.
Walton along 2, no good. Funkhauser grabs the rebound. Brownsburg settling for not great shots the last couple times down the floor. And we'll see how that affects them as this game rolls along. Peters with a long 3. And that is really going to hurt the Bulldogs. Now down by 7, 47-40. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the contest.
Peters with 8 points now. Came off that bench. The freshman, you talked about him early. He's been a factor.
Yeah, we didn't see him at all in the first quarter, and he has been a spark in the remaining periods. Harney picks up his dribble. Nowhere to go. Lucas has got it in the lane. Floating jumper. Got it, and the foul. What a shot by Lucas.
Very athletic play.
And it's 47-42, 2:56 left to play in the ball game. A huge play for the Bulldogs right there by junior Trevor Lucas.
You know, if it comes down to a big shot, and I saw him do this in the Zionsville game, Trevor Lucas wants the ball in his hand. He wants to score that big point.
Yeah, and that's really, as players like Jerron Lands have left and folks like Chase Dutra have decided not to play this year, Bulldogs really looking for that leadership. As you said, Chris, down the stretch, somebody to want the ball. Missed the free throw. Loose ball picked up by Good. Good is fouled. My headset almost came off there. Good is fouled, and that will be, is that the 7th team foul or the 6th team foul? So with 2:53 to go, Bulldogs will have free throws the rest of the way. Great. That you got to leave it to the football player there, Chris, to make the hustle play.
Amen.
Yes,
Yes,
end up
sir.
with the football.
Yes.
Brownsburg quarterback Ian Good with the hustle play, and the Bulldogs retain possession of the basketball down by 5. Harney with it in the corner. Really a need-to-score possession here for Brownsburg.
Absolutely.
Harney along 2. It's short. Rebound. Walton, right place, right time, up and in for 2.
Walton bailed out his teammate. Not exactly the shot you wanted there from that corner, a long jumper. Walton with a rebound and put back for a big 2.
Avon has been very good at responding all night long. Bulldogs on a 4-0 run. Kimbrough up to Van Wansel. Thought about a 3. Brownsburg locked up in a man-to-man. Rhodes passes into Bodie. Bodie facing up. Nowhere to go with the ball. Now dribbles on Good. And they are going to call a foul on Ian Good. As he was...
That might be his 5th.
I think you're right, Chris. I think it is. And Good in limited action has picked up a lot of fouls. He's like the Bill Cartwright of the Brownsburg team. Just go in there and foul a bunch of guys.
You know, I noticed on that possession, too, Brownsburg was in a man-to-man defense. Van Wansel, again, trying to get open from that three-point line, but Coach Norhead had Gerald Harney out playing in-your-face man-to-man defense, trying to cut off that three-point shot from Carter.
So the Bulldogs, with 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to go, 47-44. It'll be Cody at the foul line. And it is good.
Every point, every basket critical now, Rob.
Yeah.
2:18 left.
Bulldogs really needing to get it in gear.
Missed the second one, 1 out of 2, 48-44 Avon, 2:15 left.
Yeah, we'll see what they can come up with here now as it's, well, as you said, a 4-point ball game. Bulldogs trying desperately to hang around in this one. We'll see what they can come up with. Loose ball tipped up. Ends up in the hands of Walton. Walton going up. Got it! The foul! What a shot by Walton. And it's 48-46, 2 minutes and 1 second left to play in the ball game.
Walton missed that first shot in the lane there and went up for the rebound, and Coach Jason Young flabbergasted that no over-the-back call was made against the Brownsburg player. He ended up getting that rebound and putting it back up for the three-point opportunity.
Timeout on the floor. Hey, when plumbing problems arise, you want a plumbing company with an impressive truck or fancy jingles? Of course not. You want your plumbing problems solved quickly and at an affordable price. At Westside Plumbing, we understand you want a plumber who's honest, respectful, and knows how to fix the problem. Westside Plumbing provides fast, professional plumbing service 7 days a week. When you invite Westside Plumbing into your home, be assured they'll be knowledgeable, timely, and will give your home the respect it deserves. Honesty, integrity, and respect, that's what you get when you call Westside Plumbing at 445-8399. That's 445-8399. Westside Plumbing, serving Brownsburg and all of Hendricks County. And last but certainly not least, nothing makes you think of the future like holding it in your arms. The wonder of being a new parent includes planning for your child's future, and now's the time to start looking to someone who's been there from the start. State Farm agent Pete Fay in Brownsburg can ensure that your life insurance will keep pace with your family's growing financial needs. So for more information on life insurance, visit State Farm agent Pete Fay at 431 East Northfield Suite 100 in Brownsburg. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And that's it. That's all for me.
Well, here we go again. Brownsburg Avon down to 2 minutes, a 2-point ball game. One quick suggestion, Rob, we got to work on this as a big head for the student crowd.
Yes.
Dwayne Sawyer big
Well,
head.
I think that'd be great. I think we
Let's
can
work on
I think
it.
we can make that happen. You know, I bet we could talk to our man Walters, Tim Walters, at
Yes.
He does all the embroidery and team sports.
Let's get that done.
Yeah, Walters can make that happen for us.
Good free
Walton
throw.
makes the free throw, and the lead is now 1 point, 48-47, 2 minutes to play. What a great ball game. As the Bulldogs.
Very aggressive defense now. Played by Brownsburg. Avon working around the perimeter.
Kimbrough with it. Thought about the shot and passed on it. Keep in mind the Orioles are in the double bonus. So anytime they are fouled, they will shoot 2 free throws, really trying to shorten the game here as they play keep away from the Bulldogs. Bodie to Bailey to Kimbrough. Pass around the horn. Picks up the ball to Rhodes. Rhodes trapped. Now dribbles out of it. Comes back to Kimbrough. Kimbrough trapped in the corner. Back to Rhodes.
They are not even looking to shoot right now. They are all pass.
No, you're right on, Chris. Absolutely. They have got one thought in mind, and that is keep the ball away from the Bulldogs.
1 minute 10 left.
Top of the key to Rhodes. Rhodes, into wide open Bailey. Bailey fouled by Houston.
Got himself open under the hoop. Brownsburg had to foul to keep him from making a layup.
Yeah, and you're right, Chris. That's exactly what Avon wanted to do there, was shorten the game.
Good work.
They ran a minute of clock and ended up with the ball at the free throw line, which is what they wanted, 2 shots. Bailey nails the first.
Nice call there by Coach Jason Young. That was good work. They did not turn the ball over and moved it very well against a hard, aggressive defense.
Well, Gordon Hayward Sr., assistant basketball coach, of course, yes, he is the father of the very famous Gordon Hayward Jr. You never hear of Gordon referred to as a junior, but he was consulting with Coach Norhead. Second free throw good. Bulldogs will spend a timeout. One final time, we do want to thank our corporate video sponsor tonight, the Hendricks County Flyer. Certainly could not do this without them. Special thanks to David and Harold and all our friends over at the Flyer. Great publication. FlyerGroup.com is the website. Would not be possible without them, and want to thank their corporate video sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. So thanks, guys, for helping us pull that off.
You know, the junior Levi Bailey has made 4 big free throws in this game, none bigger than those last 2.
Well, it's interesting, Chris, because in the Pike game we did, which is our last Avon broadcast, Avon missed, I believe it was like 15 free throws. It was like 13 free throws, 8 of 21 from the foul line. And
they've shot them pretty well here tonight.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. Well, as those of you who are familiar with our broadcast know, I conduct the world's shortest post-game show. So we will keep it brief for you after the ball game. Thank our sponsors, get some final thoughts from Chris, wrap it up. And then for the Bulldogs, we will see you in 2013 at the county tournament.
I should have plenty of time to run to Hoosier Pizza.
Well, we were just invited to Hoosier Pizza for some pizza.
Terrific.
So I'm going.
You got it.
And I hope you come with me.
All right, inbounds underneath the Brownsburg basket here. 1:04 left to go, Rob.
And if you are a basketball fan, whether you're a fan of the Orioles or the Bulldogs, you couldn't ask for much more than this.
The Avon defense looks like they're going to set up at the half-court line, so not a press, but they're going to meet them in the half-court.
Maybe we can convince Dwayne to come to Hoosier Pizza with us.
Yes.
Top of the key, Walton with it. Knifes in the lane. Going for the quick 2. Shot block. Goes back up with it. No good. Out of bounds. Bulldog ball. Interesting, Chris. They went for the quick 2. I think that's a good decision by Coach Norhead. And he will spend a quick timeout, 30-second timeout.
Walton had a good shot at it there. It definitely was contested, though. Good defense by Avon. Both sides played aggressive, tough defense in this game.
One of the names we have not mentioned tonight for the Bulldogs is John Grimes. And John Grimes, former longtime coach at Marion College, a very famous basketball coach, a Brownsburg resident. His wife was a principal at several elementaries over the years, agreed to come on and help Coach Norhead. And I think that's been a huge help to the Bulldogs to see John down there in the suit on the far side of the Bulldog huddle. John, a good friend of mine, and very, very famous basketball coach, really lending his expertise to the Bulldog program this year. A huge help to Brownsburg basketball.
Certainly, and in his first year here as Brownsburg basketball coach, Ron has relied on some experienced assistants and brought them in, and I'm sure they've really helped him.
The Bulldogs, yeah, and I saw John at the bank the other day, actually. I always call him Coach.
Marion just won a football championship.
They did, and how cool is that? 6th year in existence, they're the national champions. Lucas with the ball up to Walton. 42 seconds play. Walton goes to the hole. He's bumped, and they're going to call a charge. Wow. tough call there for the Bulldogs. As charging foul called on Walton. He does not agree with that.
I think that's his fifth.
Yeah, he is really upset, as is Coach Norrid. Coach Young, not so upset.
They have really relied on Walton here as an offensive key. I'm looking to see, is that his fifth, Rob? I may have it wrong.
Yes, it is. You're right.
Okay.
And it's interesting you said, Chris, they really relied on Walton, and they went out of that timeout with almost the identical play that they went out of the last possession.
I would think a Trevor Lucas jumper.
Well, yeah, and he had the look there. They elected not to take it. Now we got a substitution in the game. Got to get a number here for you.
32.
32, that's Martell Pope, a 5'10 senior. And I'm sure Pope is in there to commit a foul, and he was. We have not seen Martell tonight. And, Martell does his job. And
Brownsburg pressing on that inbounds full court as we would expect. 38.4 seconds left. Avon up by 3. A big field goal here for Carter Van Wanzel. I have him with 4 free throws here tonight so far.
Two freebies for Van Wanzel. First one's up and good.
That makes the margin 4 points with 38 seconds, so at least a 2-possession game for Brownsburg.
Van Wanzel, one more. And it's good. Give Avon a lot of credit here tonight. They have made their free throws, and now we're going to get a timeout. And I think Jason Young is going to burn a timeout.
Big free throw makes for Avon down here in the stretch.
Yeah, you got to give Avon a ton of credit here. I mean, they have just absolutely pounded those free throws home down the stretch, and that is going to likely be the difference in this ball game if indeed they do hang on. Hey, special thanks to Shane Ray back in the XRB Radio studios. Great job, Shane.
I wouldn't mind seeing a Shane Ray big head either.
Well, we could get a Shane Ray big head. There's no limit to the amount of big heads that we could put together out there.
Well, another great game between these two schools. You know, no matter what sport it is, wrestling, girls volleyball was exciting this year between these two. It really doesn't matter. It's going to be a war and a rivalry for the kids on both sides every time.
Well, and I know what a big sports advocate that you are, Chris. You love all the sports, not just basketball, but obviously you're a big baseball fan, football fan. So it's great that you can see such quality product, anytime you come to a Brownsburg or Avon athletic event.
Sure.
Special thanks to Greg Hill as well. The entire athletic staff out here at Brownsburg High School could not pull this off without them. So special thanks to Greg, Joy, all the folks with the athletic staff. We're very blessed to have have their help and support. So thanks to those guys.
All right, here we go. This is a big inbound. They will inbound underneath the basket. Have to go the length of the floor here. Have some time left. 38.4 seconds left. 52-47 Avon leads.
Full court press now, as we mentioned. We had mentioned they hadn't been doing that, but now they are. And we'll see if the Bulldogs are going to look for 3 here. Running time. Lucas is open. He'll try the 3. It's short. And Van Wanzel's going to be fouled from behind. Yeah, that just looked bad out of the hand. And now.
He did get a wide open look, as our online viewers could see there. He got a wide open look in the corner. Not contested, just fell way short.
Yeah, so now a big chance here for Avon to make this a 3-possession game if they can bang down these 2 free throws. And if you're a Bulldog fan, while it looks like they may come out a little bit on the short end of the stick tonight, you got to be excited at the fact that the games are once again competitive. They played Pike competitive, beating Zionsville. So it's nice that the Bulldogs are really staying competitive.
Connor Funkhauser with a free throw there. And he has hit both those free throws. That may just about do it.
All right, there's the inbound to Lucas. Lucas gets it ahead to Harney. Harney across the timeline. Dribbles between the legs. Flips it off to Lucas. He'll try a quick 3. It's up. It's no good. Rebound tipped up. Loose ball. Pope ends up with it, and Pope is fouled. And that was not what Avon wanted to do. Stops the clock, puts Martell Pope at the free throw line.
Just want to get in a quick mention here, Rob. This is a great facility and a great gym. My father-in-law, Mr. Al Meadows, been to many, many basketball games in his 80-some years on this planet. He loves this gym as one of his favorites.
That's excellent. Yeah, great. And Avon and Brownsburg have these gyms that are kind of mirror images of each other. Very, very cool that he's been to the Brownsburg gym and likes to come out here and watch the ball games. Pope nails the free throw.
His first point.
That's tough to not play the whole game and then walk in and just end up at the foul line like 20 seconds after coming in the game.
And he's been asked to foul, and he's done that. He's fouled twice, but a good free throw there.
He'll be a strong candidate for team MVP of the game tonight.
Cuts the margin to 6 points with 13 and a half seconds left.
Pope got the second. They're both good.
Well, we know he can shoot free throw.
Oh, there's a steal. Harney's got it. Off to Thompson, or is Comer. Comer a three, no good. And out of bounds. Ball belonged to the Bulldogs. 3.5 seconds to play. So the game is still not technically over here. Bulldogs down by 5. 3.8 seconds is what will stop on the clock. And now 30-second timeout called by Avon. I don't know if Brownsburg is out of timeouts or not. They are. So the game technically, well, basically over because Brownsburg can't stop the clock. But of course, remember in high school, unlike college or the pros, the clock does not stop after a made basket.
Big day of college basketball in town here tomorrow, Rob.
Yeah.
We got IU Butler. Butler has beat IU several times in the past few years, and then Notre Dame Purdue.
Yeah, I'll be here from 9 to about 3, and then I'll be heading to Hamilton Southeastern to do their game tomorrow
Very
night.
good.
So should be a very exciting evening of should be a very long day for me, but a very exciting day for those of you sitting on your couch. But the Bulldogs need they need a foul is what they actually need. They need to be fouled. They need to get to the free throw line in some capacity. Into Harney, he'll fire up a three. It is no good. Pope puts it in at the buzzer, so Pope scores 4 points in about 20 seconds, but that's not going to be enough for the Bulldogs as Brownsburg falls tonight 54-51 to the Avon Orioles. Big win for Avon. Chris, great game. Your final thoughts as we wrap up the broadcast tonight.
Well, that was great defense by both sides. We saw some critical turnovers, some missed shots, but that's expected when both teams play so hard and compete so hard against each other. And a big win on the road here for Avon at their rival Brownsburg.
Well, one final time, we want to thank our sponsors, Sweet Treats, Ivy Tech, Nelson Jewelers, Pete Fay, your State Farm agent, Westside Plumbing, and the payroll department. I want to thank the corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, and I want to thank our friends at Hoosier Pizza, who beginning in 2013 will be the sponsor of the Ronald Norred Show, which will be coming to you from a Hoosier Pizza location on XRB Radio, 1610 AM. So we're excited about that. Chris, before we say goodbye, closing thoughts as we wrap up the broadcast here tonight.
Thanks. Enjoyed working this game. Always a great rivalry. Avon on top this time. Good job, Rob.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. 54-51 is our final. I want to thank Shane Ray once again in the XRB radio studios for pressing all the buttons. I want to thank you at home in viewer or listener land for tuning us in. And it's been a pleasure to bring you Brownsburg basketball tonight. Very busy 2013 campaign for us. A lot of home games coming up in 2013. We will begin the first broadcast January 4th at the county tournament where the Bulldogs drew the bye in round 1, so they will play in semifinal action of the Hendricks County tournament. I want to thank Chris Forley for coming out tonight. Loved it. Hope to have him on a whole bunch in 2013, and we will see you then. Until next time, I'm Rob Kendall saying have yourself a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.